more rain on the way and the chance of more flooding, police and firefighters say it's almost a guarantee more roads will be closed.
All right, one of those spots is southeast Portland. Brent Weisberg, he's live there. And Brent, that road has now been closed for more than 24 hours.
Dan and Jenny, good afternoon to you. We are at 101st and Southeast Foster Road. You can see the barricades are still up this morning and into this afternoon. We have seen people going around them, even through this parking lot here down Southeast Foster Road, causing more damage to some of the nearby homes and businesses.
Of course I'm angry.
This is Victor. He's trying to protect his brother's business on Southeast Foster Road. The street is closed. Victor says with each passing car, the waves created fill his brother's shop with even more sewage water. He tries to get drivers to slow down.
Even if I tell them, they never listen.
We stopped and talked with drivers who went around the barricades. Many of them tell us they're just following the person in front of them. So you don't care that the road is closed?
Well, as long as there's not a sinkhole, I'm all right.
But you don't know. So the danger police say is that when you drive through some standing water, you don't know what's underneath.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Do you think you might reconsider next time?
Yep, probably. We'd ask folks not to drive through the water.
We talked with Portland police. Going around a road closure barricade could cost you up to $260 in tickets. But police want you to think about your own safety first.
I would let folks know just because the vehicle in front of you made it through doesn't mean that your vehicle is capable of making it through.
Firefighters say the decision to close roads and to keep them closed isn't made lightly.
We're doing it because it's a public safety risk.
Mike Seha's home sits off of Foster Road. He has these custom barriers from the 96-97 floods, and in yesterday's flood, they worked. But then drivers started plowing through.
And every single time these big rows of trucks would be coming through here, they'd be pushing the water up.
He ended up with 1,500 gallons of water in his back. His porch destroyed because of the wake left behind by drivers.
You go through that water, you disrupt it, and you can actually damage other people's businesses.
Dan and Jenny, I did ask Peabot when they expect Southeast Foster Road to reopen. You can see there is no longer any standing water, but I am told by city officials they say they may need to have someone come out here and check underneath the road to make sure it's safe. And to give you a good example of that, take a look at this. This is just some of the standing water here, and you can see it looks like you could get right through it, but there is a danger. There's a big pothole right under there, and that is what people are hitting. So Peabot says if you do come across a road closure sign or any type of barricade, you should not go around it. You should find an alternate, a safe route to make sure you and your family are safe and to protect other homes and businesses. Back to you.
Yeah, after seeing the potholes and some of the sinkholes, I would definitely think twice before driving through some of that. Good advice.
And it doesn't take much water to float your car, and if you get through somehow, it can cause a lot of damage to your car.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, driving through flooded roads, not only dangerous, it can cause a lot of damage, as you were just saying. And Cor Harlan shows us how a quick trip through a flooded road could end up costing you a lot of money.
The flooded street you may come across this week may seem tempting to drive through, but according to the automotive experts we talked to today, it could turn out to be a much more expensive proposition than you realize. Water-damaged cars that can be salvaged end up here. To my surprise, I learned this morning that people who we've seen this week driving through floodwater are taking a big financial risk.
I see the pictures of people driving through this water. And it's not a week's pay they're going to lose if they leave that car in the water. It's the whole car.
Don Orange at Hosley Eco Automotive in downtown Vancouver shows me the underside of a car that he says is loaded with electronics and sensors. Some of them are just a couple of inches off of the ground. And he says those electronics can handle rain, but he says submerging them in water, even momentarily, can be disastrous.
If a car like this were to be up to its here in water,
I would expect it to be totaled.
And if you are able to drive a water-damaged car away from a repair shop, law requires you to list it as water damaged on the title to caution a potential next owner that he or she is buying a water-damaged vehicle.